Welcome, heroes, legends, and warriors of Sanctuary. My name is Omni and I am your guide to Diablo Immortal. Welcome to the Ultimate Vanguard Guide. In today's video, I will share with you 3 secret tips that will help you play Vanguard on easy mode. You'll be able to play Vanguard in the highest stages with your eyes closed. And I have talked with the devs, and the devs do know that the Vanguards did not reset. So they are working on it. Hopefully, they will be able to reimburse us with the 5 Vanguard attempts that should have reset it on Thursday. So it resets on Mondays and Thursdays. You have 5 attempts, and you can click the check mark. You can click the check mark for rewards, and you can uncheck mark when you don't want rewards. And it's very important if you go through and you're helping someone else and it's not the high stage that you want, to uncheck mark. For example, if you're doing rank 1 Vanguard 100%, you want to remove the check mark. So here is a stage 3 Vanguard with no healers. It's just a random group that I just jumped into for Vanguard. Okay, it's Vanguard stage 3, no healers. Normally this should have crash and burn, but why is everyone still alive? That is secret number 1. Secret number 1, you need a tank. What is a tank for Vanguard? Because there's no health pots, a tank is a character that can lifesteal. So barbarians, blood knights, any class that has a lifesteal can regenerate HP faster than they lose it would be an ideal tank. Now, how do you tank for your team? And that is with the Martyr charm. Martyr is a defense charm. You will actually take 50% of all damage of your team. Now, you should tell your team that you have a Martyr charm and that you will tank for them. That they should stand close to the tower so the tower is activated, because all of these stages have limited time. So you need to stand on the tower so that they complete faster. But most importantly, your team needs to be in a small circle about the same size as maybe a demoralized circle, or when you go and you try to click your Martyr buff, it doesn't hit everyone. And you'll know who has your Martyr buff because there will be a yellow, you see these yellow lines from me to my teammates. That means that I am actually taking 50% of all damage they take, and this will prevent them from dying. It is also highly recommended to have a healer charm on someone in your team, because I take 50% of the damage. However, your teammates still take the other 50% of the damage. So you need a heal, or you can also get Aegis charms. Aegis charms will also give you a shield, give your teammates a shield. So it's sort of like a heal, however, it gives you a shield instead. Alright, let's go for the second secret. The second secret is, have you been playing Vanguard and you keep seeing this overflow, and then you die? Well, the overflow is when all the monsters are overflowing on those towers. So what you want to do is you need some CC and knockback. You need some crowd control and knockback to keep those monsters away from the tower, so that you don't have an overflow and you have this explosive damage on all your characters. But if there is an overflow, you want to spread out so that you don't get exploded on from the overflow. But the way I solve it is with freeze. Okay, so if you have an ice wizard, that works. I am an ice barb, so I take the job of CC, so I can keep all the monsters frozen far away from the tower, so that there is no overflow damage. That is super important. If you can keep everyone safe from overflow damage. That is the key. Also, you can freeze those mini bosses. The mini bosses hurt. They can also stun you. So it's important to freeze those mini bosses so that you guys can prevent those mini bosses from one-hitting some of your teammates. At the end of this video, I will show you my exact build on how to freeze your enemies. I also have infinite lifesteal, infinite freeze, just the best build for Vanguard in the game. I will show you that at the end of this video. Alright, right here, I'll show you how to upgrade your charms. Alright, so your charms, your rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and rank 5 charms are worth 10 shards. And in order to upgrade your charms, you need shards. Rank 6, rank 7, rank 8 charms, they're worth 15 shards. And then the higher rank the charms are, they are worth more shards. Alright? So if you're able to survive, if you have a healer, if you have a martyr, a tank martyr on your team, then you can use some might charm. A might charm on a damage dealer such as a DH, just some massive damage, a tempest, a massive damage dealer can use might charms, which is very, very good. You can also use bane charms, but I think they're not necessary. Martyr charm, 100% needed to make it easy. You need a tank that will tank everything. Now right now, I'm going to show you how to upgrade my rank 7 Martyr charm to rank 8. On your charms, you can click crafting, and then in crafting, you can click salvage. We're going to salvage all of my charms except for my main charm, and I will get 60 shards. I'm going to use the 60 shards then to upgrade my main charm. Currently, there is no way to lock your charms, so you don't accidentally salvage them. So you may want to be careful while salvaging. You want to look at all your charms. If you're keeping multiple charms, like sometimes you have to heal, sometimes you want to be a martyr, sometimes you're damage, you have to be careful that you don't salvage the wrong ones. And there we go. Now I have a rank 8 martyr charm, which is perfect because that will give me more HP, more damage for when I'm going to be tanking stage 4 Vanguard. Here is the last secret tip. This last secret tip just basically shows you my build, and this is my build. For this build, you will want Brace of the Ancestor hat. The Brace of the Ancestor's hat turns your regular or primary attacks into an AoE. Since most of the Vanguard is just groups and groups of monsters, this is absolutely necessary. With the Brace of the Ancestor's hat, whenever your Wrath of Berserker is up, you are smacking all the monsters in front of you and not just one. Next, you need Roar of Persuasion. Roar of Persuasion gives you lifesteal and insane critical damage. The lifesteal and the critical damage flows perfectly together because the more damage you deal to the most monsters, the more lifesteal you get. And this keeps me healthy. This is what makes me unkillable. Next, you want Falling Thunder. This is the next offhand. Wrath of Berserker also enrages you whenever you are near a bleeding enemy, increasing all damage you deal by 28.5%. That is an insane amount of damage. That is increased. All your damage goes up by 28%. Now you need the main hand called Rending Bite. The Rending Bite main hand makes it so that your primary attacks will cause your enemies to bleed, therefore synergizing perfectly with Falling Thunder, giving you a 28.5% damage boost forever. Snowdrifter is RCC, okay? This is why our build is so good. You have insane lifesteal, insane damage. With the Snowdrifter, it makes it so that there is a snowstorm around you all the time, chilling all your enemies all the time. So that is super, super good. Sleet Sprint. Sprint is now Sleet Sprint, increasing movement speed and continuing chilling all enemies around you. So you are surrounded by a beautiful snowstorm that chills all your enemies. Next, you need Frigid Grin. This is a main hand. Frigid Grin makes it so that when you cleave, there will be axes that will freeze your enemies. First, you chill them with your sprint, the sprint snowstorm around you. Next, you will cleave them and freeze them. This prevents your enemies from killing your team and also keeps them from getting to the tower. If too many enemies get to the tower, you might get overflow and that might kill your team. Skull Mate reduces your enemy's armor by, I don't know, like 39%, I think. So that you deal 39% more damage. All types of damage. Now, there is a different shoulders that supposedly causes your cleave to deal more damage when they're frozen. That is not as good, simply because it only affects cleave damage. Skull Mate reduces your enemy's armor so that all types of damage, all damage that you deal, does more damage. So yeah, absolutely, shoulders have to be Skull Mate. You don't want to change for a different type of shoulders. Now you know everything about Vanguard. Thanks for watching, and now you know the secret build that will help you keep your team alive. You need CCs to keep the monsters away from your tower. You need lifesteal so that you can tank for your team. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. Also, please like and subscribe. It really, really helps. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.